good people, and welcome to the Amateur Hour. My name's Justin.
And my name's Tyler.
And I'm the one called Junior.
And today, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Lofty Cat Studios and EBXYA. So, guys, I've been pondering life recently, getting into deep. And I wanna talk and get a little bit serious.
Hold on. Are you talking deep or are you talking
deep? Oh.
Great way to start it. But I was thinking about kind of what situations have you guys so far been faced with? Would you agree with me that we spend at least 60% of our life face down on the ground with just being dragged through the mud and about 40% happy? Would you guys agree with that kind of statement, or how do you feel about that? How's that, guys? How's that tickle you guys?
I really don't try to think about that, I guess. I just get on with what's going on.
I try to go day by day.
Yeah.
And if my day is really dragging, then I always try to do something to change that. But there has been times where I'm like, wow, I wish this week didn't exist. So I can agree with you somewhat.
Yeah, I've been feeling, not really necessarily feeling, because I kind of feel like life has always kind of dragged me through the mud, but I've been really just thinking about being down and how often I'm normally having to not be down but be dragged, because life's tough. Life's a crazy thing, I'd like to say.
There is a lot of struggle you'll face in life. There definitely is.
I'll say there's some struggle because I'm actually going into a new position at work.
Yeah.
Being hired from one company and dropping the other company. And the struggle with that right now is I missed a pay period. In my last job, the pay period was almost 2 weeks ago, and I'm supposed to be getting paid again this Friday. I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't know what was going to happen. And right now I have bills that are not being paid. So I'm going to be late on some stuff. And I've been I can't control it, but I've been kind of kicking myself in the balls for that, getting a little bit irritated a lot, especially when my girlfriend goes out and buys something. I'm like, you couldn't wait till Friday? I've been tense. So I'm in a little bit of a low spot right now.
Yeah, I can get that, I feel like it's insane, thinking about how often we hit this low spot, and I don't know, I kind of try and push myself to be someone that, I don't know, I get dragged down in the mud, right? And I understand, and not everyone's under this understanding, but I understand that I gotta pick myself up and keep going. I feel like a lot of people in life, especially now, as Junior mentioned in a previous podcast, we're in this microwave society, right? Where we get something, we get it now, it's instant. And I feel a lot of people want success, for instance, in an instant. They want a woman or a man or someone in their life in an instant. And I would say that I think what makes life tough is not only the things we go through, but being put in a position where you're always wanting it now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I don't know, I feel that many people don't understand necessarily how to combat that or look at that. And I don't know, would you guys have an advice for someone maybe, let's say, that was going through a rough time? Because
it depends on the time they're going through. Because, the situation I just explained, I know is entirely different from your situation. So, I mean, you'd have to share your situation a little bit before you could elaborate.
So that's kind of an issue is, as much as we want to say we know what you're going through, not everyone knows exactly what you're going through at that time.
Yeah, I understand that people have different experiences, but I also feel that with those different experiences, you can apply some sort of positivity in your life.
Yeah, that's going
to pull you up.
That's not what I'm trying to say, is that you could still be there for someone. Even if maybe you can't relate, you could still be there for someone.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like we also, something I want to get into is like I feel that we're in a society that a lot of people are just for themselves. And we're not in a society where we go to help our fellow brethren. And I know it's tough. It's tough to go back and say, hey, I'm going to do this sort of charity work and help this, let's say, person and give them a few bucks if they're down on that. Or I'm going to go and see if I can get this person out of depression. I know it's tough to always be worrying about others, especially when we each have our own thing going on. I'm starting to hate the fact that we can't go back and help someone else, or that we're just so focused on ourselves that we don't even have time to open up to a group of individuals. Like, for instance, like I got you guys, right? If I have a tough time or a tough experience, I know that I can count on you guys either to pick me up or assist or help in any way. But most people don't have that, and I don't know if that's maybe individuals themselves who needs to step up, or they need to wait for someone to step up.
Wait for someone to step up. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, like for instance, like rather than me wanting to get help, or me going out and after.
So you want me to notice your problem and I should say something before you might want to reach out to me?
Yeah, or do you say something? Let's say you were going through a problem, and do I say something? Are we gonna forever be stuck in this idea that we can't move here, or like we can't help this other person unless they ask for the help? Or do you believe individuals themselves should be willing to step up automatically and help out?
It's
I-
both. It's honestly both.
I would always encourage someone to step up, voice their opinion, and get help if they feel like they need help. But at the same time, sometimes that's hard. I do know that because there's been times when didn't want to ask someone for help, but I actually needed it. So there is times when you should step up on your own and ask one of your friends or ask someone else for help. But at the same time, you should have, if you're noticing your friend isn't doing that, there should be a breaking point that you have to go past to make sure that they're okay.
Yeah. I can get that 100%. I would agree that it needs to be both, because I've been seeing I think I've been put in situations where I've just had to see it for myself and be willing to step out and be a person that's going to help out my fellow person next to me and say, hey, what's wrong? Or would you like to, what would you like to talk about what you're going through, or how can I help? Rather than me just kind of sitting back and trying to figure out what everyone else is, feeling or how they're doing. I think, too, one thing that bothers me about current society is that we've fallen into this era where we ask someone how they're doing, but it's just a formality. It's not necessarily something we really care about.
Yeah, at my work. It's weird if you don't say hi to someone passing in the hall.
Right.
Yeah, and one thing people say is like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I get caught up because I'm like, "Wait, is he really asking me, or is this just another hello?"
Yeah, it's like, what do you do? Like, what if there's that one person who needs help out there
Yeah.
and is like, hey, you're like, hey, how's it going? They're like, well, my dog just died. I'm losing this, I'm losing that. And then it's like you're stuck in that situation
Yeah,
and
but-
you don't know what to do, right?
And no one, and the person that asked that probably isn't looking for that.
Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of sad to see, I would admit. I feel like, I'm not saying that I'm Mr. Justice Warrior and I'm the person that's always helped someone that says, when I said I've fallen into that. We're like, hey, how's it going? And I don't mean it. But then I catch myself kind of later thinking about it. And I've been thinking about it for a while when I don't mean it. And I'm like, well, I wonder if they're having a tough time. I've been working customer service for quite some time. And I think where I really learned where I want to understand someone or at least know what they're going through, I learned it through there. I would ask someone how they're going, and then they would just, or how's it going? And I would get this whole explanation of how tough their life has been or what they've been through. And I think in one of those situations, you're just going to have to sit there and listen. And it's not like so awkward where, I just like, oh, don't talk to me. But I think some people just need someone to listen.
Well, there's that, and sometimes not everyone's the same. If I go up to someone and be like, "Hey, I noticed you're having a rough time. You want to sit down and talk?" Sometimes not everyone wants to do that. But if you just go hang out with that friend, or say, like you guys said, ask them how their day's been going, just show them a little bit of positivity, lift them up a little bit, then they might eventually open up to you and then be ready to talk. Because you got to think, not everyone's going to be ready to talk when you're ready to ask. So you can't be pushy. You got to let it happen.
I've been victim of being a man, right? And I'm gonna and I mean that in the sense that I've been victim as a man, meaning guys are tough. Guys don't express feelings, I'm like, what? I don't cry. I bleed out my eyes. But, I think that has gotten to my head to a point where people would ask me how I was doing for some time. And I'll just say good. I think a part of it, too, is I don't want to be a victim. And I feel that some people really just need to know that not to put your mind, to put your mind at ease. It's okay to have someone listen to you. And it's okay to have someone not just feel sorry for you, but talk to you. Because I feel some people are afraid that I don't want to be a victim. I don't want to be someone that is shown as I'm human too. But I feel like in today's society, we need more people that are willing to open up. I mean, we talk about opening up and being honest and stuff, and even in, like, let's say, for example, in the media. And when people are open or honest, everyone chastises them. Everyone looks at them and says, well, you know what? No, I don't want to hear that, or I'm not going to forgive it, or anything when it comes to, like, life almost. I think, I don't know. I would like to see if, I guess, give an advice to people that life's tough. And I, for one, am a person who lives for the small victories. For instance, recording a podcast is fun. It's a small victory. A belly laugh, a small victory. A free lunch, a small victory. And I feel most people...
I'd like to contest. That's a pretty big victory. Free lunch, man.
Yeah, if someone offers you free lunch, you did something good. I will say, one time, me and my dad, I don't remember where we were going, but the point of the story was we were in a drive-thru and we just ordered lunch. And we got to the window to pay, and the lady's like, hey, don't worry about it. The guy up front got you. We didn't even know that guy. Never seen the car before, didn't know who was in the car, nothing. So that was like, man, thank you. But we couldn't actually thank him because he already drove away. That's the positivity that we need more of. That was actually perfect that one of you guys brought that up, and it just like clicked in my head.
Yeah. I generally believe we need that.
Not saying everyone should go buy someone free lunch for no reason, but if you did a good deed every once in a while, or just a random spark of goodness to someone else, it shows a lot.
Yeah, I've had someone pay for my gas one time when I went in for like 20. Like I think they ended up overpaying, but then they're like, "You want to use it or whatever?" And I was just like, "Oh," they're like, "Yeah." It was like back then before when you lift the nozzle, and then it was just, the gas station I went to wasn't like that, and they're like, you could fill it up because I think it was like $40 they put into it. And I think I only had like $15 left on there, but I was like, that's cool. Thank you. And it's a small, act of kindness that I feel we need more. I agree with you. We need more of. And again, small victories is what we live for. I believe that everyone needs to also stop feeling like they're not enough when it comes to life. And everyone keeps comparing themselves to someone else.
Yeah, expectations.
Yeah.
Like, people need to get away from feeling like they have these, how would you put it, like extraneous expectations, I guess?
Yeah. It was like almost, again, shouting out back to, I believe it was episode 2 or 1.5, where we were talking about social media and how everyone sees all the good times. but no one's seeing who that person truly is or what they're truly going through. And everyone's putting that, yeah, false expectation that their life's going to be wonderful. And they see these Disney movies or all these films and or listen to music, and they're finding that life's this perfect place when in actuality you're going to fail. You're going to have, you know, life drag you through the mud.
But
And
another one is also parents,
yeah,
because your parents want you to be better off than they were. So
Exactly.
that imposes some pretty high expectations from a young age.
yeah, I would agree to that. And
There's that, and there's parents that don't know how to handle some situations. I do a customer service job where I'm required to drive to the customer's house and perform a job. And sometimes there'll be kids that did something on complete accident, but the parent yells at them, even though it's just a little thing, when they could have been like, hey, next time try to do this. Or when the kid wants to, I don't know, they tripped and fell and hit their head, and the parent talks to them like they're an idiot, like, what do you, like, tell your kid they're okay, and be like, hey, look where you're going next time. You know, I see a lot of parents blow it out of proportion, and when you're thinking about 7 or a 10-year-old kid, and he looks up to you as a parent, and then you just totally destroy his feelings and make him feel like crap. So next time you want to scream at your kid, I mean, just think about it for a second and maybe try to figure out why a certain thing happened, and say your kid knocked down a whole bunch of stuff in the kitchen, made a big old mess. You want to yell at him and you want to call him stupid or you want to do whatever. Or you could be like, hey, next time don't stand on the stool on the edge about to fall and ask for help. And then maybe you could help him clean up the mess, and next time he might not do it.
yeah, I agree with that. I feel like parents need to raise their kids not just tough, but they need to understand actually a bit of tough. I'm going to take that back. A little tough, but tough in the
You-
ways that,
You need to be stern,
yeah, stern. That's a better word. I like that word better.
because ultimately, you know, say I'm the 10-year-old. I need to know who's boss, but I don't need to be treated like garbage. I still need to be treated like a human being.
Yeah. I think, like, for instance, I'm such a positive person because the way my parents raised me. They raised me to be someone that, you know what, your fault, rub some dirt on it and keep moving. And not just in a literal sense, but in a figurative sense.
And I've never heard your mom sugarcoat anything, not even to me.
Yeah, no. She'll tell you like it is, you know. You're stupid, she's going to tell you you're stupid. But let me tell you why, you know. Like, she'll explain it to you afterwards. And I feel I have seen parents like that or I've talked to other friends of mine that have parents that are just, they're brutes. They're people that either they tell you how it is but they don't explain as to why it's that way, or they just don't tell you anything at all and they let you learn on your own. And I feel a good way about going about it as a parent is being someone that is stern, but someone that explains why they're stern, or someone that explains, well, listen, you're going to fall. I need you to get back up, but you need to get back up because you, for instance, you know, they explain more or less why you need to get back up. And I think that helps. It helps me, for instance, like when I've fallen down so much because, you know, life drags you through the mud, but I've learned how and why to learn from my experiences rather than just to experience them and that's it.
And another big thing that I see a lot of is the negative. Like, you can walk up to someone and give them a stupid sucker, and they'll be like happy for 3 seconds. But then, if for some reason they opened up that sucker and it was like cracked in half and it was just a garbage sucker, they are way more disappointed than they were happy that they got a sucker.
Right?
So, like, when a little thing happens, you, like Justin says, living for the small victories, you gotta take a positive vibe from that and move forward. But then when a somewhat bad thing happens to you, but you treat it like the worst thing that happened that week, you're gonna push yourself further negative than you are gonna push yourself positive. And we need to do the opposite. We need to take the small victories and hype ourselves up for them. And if the little bad things happen now and then, if you're happy enough, if you can push yourself to be positive, some of those bad things you can brush off your shoulder and you can have a better day.
It's I also believe it's being a person that, speaks kind of life into the situation, and I believe that you need to speak life into your situation. What do I mean is that, you're going to go through a time where it looks like nothing but bad, but if you say and believe in your mind that it's going to get better, it will.
If you always think bad, it's going to be bad. If you always think good when something bad does happen, it might not be so hard to go through.
Exactly. So how do you combat negativity?
Me personally,
Yeah.
as bad as it sounds, just throw it down, keep on moving, and smile on.
I mean, sometimes that's a good way to take care of it.
It's not that healthy.
Well, it depends on what happened.
Yeah, it
like
depends
if
on
I'm
the
walking down the
situation.
road and I just said, "Hey, Junior, F you," you could just be like, and then walk away. Thanks, goodbye.
Yeah.
But if let's say it's actually someone that's constantly doing something to you and it might actually affect you, what might you do for it?
How do I combat negativity? I don't listen to it. I don't pay attention to what people say I can or cannot do. That is, if like you told me, and I've had plenty of people tell me that I'm not going to make it. If you told me I'm not going to graduate my college, or you told me that I wasn't going to make a podcast, or that it wasn't going to be interesting or fun enough for people, and you said it's not going to work out, I ignore it.
I have one. In high school, it was senior year, and all of the year before, I signed up for a bunch of extra credit classes, and then senior year came along, and a lot of them were dropped. And then I was like, now I'm gonna have to go to college, and do everything twice, so I could go through high school and get straight A's and have a 4.0 and go on to college. And then because they dropped all my classes, I had to do most of them over again. Or I could B, just fail high school to like the point where I just gave up and then just skim out. And then I could go to college and do it all once. So because I had teachers that actually told me like there's no way you're going to pass high school with the GPA that you want. You're not going to be able to do these classes in high school or in college. And then I took what a couple of them said to me, and I said, okay. So I went to my classes for about the last semester, I think, and I didn't do any homework. The teachers would give me a test, and I would just hand it back, and I told them, I'm not doing your work. And I let my grades get down to about a D average. So after all the teachers telling me that, I said, well, what do I need to do so I don't actually fail? Now, I was always good at math. English, I mean, average, I guess. I knew what I had to do. And then the other classes, science, social studies, it was just, they were whatever to me. They weren't exactly hard. I didn't have to put very much effort in at all to get my grades up. So it got down to about a D, and the teacher would hand me the next test, and I would be like, okay, so I got a 62%. What do I need to do to get up to a 71%? Okay, I need to answer this many questions right on this test. So I would literally go through the first 15 questions and then hand it back to the teacher, and she would give me this disgusted ass look like she wants to just kick me out of her class. And then I would get, let's say it was a 20 question test. I got the 15 right, handed her a test. She gave me whatever grade, and my grade bumped right up where I needed it to be. And then I just sat quiet until I needed to do it again. And then it got to the point where I was at about a 60 to 65% average. And then a couple of my classes I actually had like in the 40s. And this was around finals. So one of them was Miss, I don't know. I probably shouldn't say the name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, English teachers class. I had a 42% in, and I don't remember the exact numbers and exact math, but I went up to the teacher and I'm like, "What's my percent?" And she was like, 42. You ain't passing. So I was just like, "We'll see. How many questions are on a test?" And I was it 50? I don't know.
My senior year, I actually didn't have to finish English.
Good for you.
Yeah,
So
I dropped it
whatever.
halfway
I
through
did the
because
math in
I'd
front of the
done it.
teacher, and I'm just like, well, so all I have to do is get what 35 questions right, and I technically passed the class. And she was like, well, hold on. She got out her calculator and she said, okay, so you do need to get, let's just say for easy numbers, 35 questions correct, and it'll bump you up to a 60%, and you'll pass my class. Okay. So I answered that amount of questions, and then I handed a test back to her. And I told her, grade that right now. And she goes through it, and she says, well, you're a lucky bastard. She literally told me that to my face. And I said, thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
I did that to a couple of my teachers, and I graduated high school and then went on to college and had a perfect 4.0
Yeah.
until I dropped out of college because I realized it's doing nothing for me. College isn't for everyone, and I was one of those people.
Yeah, I was faced with a similar situation. I just want to do a quick tangent. Yeah, I graduated from the English class. I was able to drop it half semester because I had taken a comedy writing class before then. And in that comedy writing class, it actually counted as an English credit. So I was like, screw this teacher. I don't want to see her again. And I dropped it. That was the teacher I made cry. Yeah.
But I will say, the feeling that I got when I handed that teacher that paper that told me that I was going to fail, and I knew what exactly I had to get right. And I just went to that number and then stopped taking the test and handed it back to her and got my grade to exactly a 60%. And just to prove that teacher wrong, it gave me a total positive vibe. And I was just like, yeah, that's right. Fuck you too.
Yeah, I had my math teacher actually was like that. She looked at me and I
That's the
wasn't
other one.
doing bad in the class. But she looked at me and she was just always super annoyed with me. And not because I was a talker or horsing around, because when it came to my senior year, Justin horsing around stopped because he's got to graduate and get to college. So I was generally trying to learn math all the time, and that teacher was always down my throat. No matter what I did, she didn't like it. No matter how hard I studied or how many questions I asked, she would always tell me to stop asking questions. Or I would walk up to her and ask her how I did in my quiz, and she would just yell at me to sit down.
Wait, is this the same one that had like a rich husband was like, I don't need you guys, blah, 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 you suck.
Yeah, always talking about how she's going to retire.
Oh, and her Mini Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When you
which is
waste half
ugly
a
as
class
hell.
talking about your piece of shit Mini Cooper,
And your nails
I
all the time.
actually almost got her fired.
I wish I would have got
I had her
fired.
written up twice. I just needed one more write up for her to get out of there.
Yeah. Well, she looked me in the windows of my soul, and she
Ooh.
told me that I'm not gonna get to Columbia College, Chicago.
Well, guess where Justin is right
guess
now,
where I'm
guys.
at now. And she also told me that if I, that
And
I'm,
what's your GPA?
yeah, my GPA is a 3.5. Thank you very much.
That's a pretty
Wow.
respectable one.
yeah,
I want to say her name and share this with her.
yeah. I mean,
But I
I
can't.
think
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
Miss Mozak,
You suck.
you are a piece of shit.
She was a garbage teacher. I'll put that out there. I want people to hear it. When I had to pass a math test as well, and she didn't think I was going to make it. And guess who made it and passed that math test? But how you combat negativity, well, you beat it. You beat it by being a positive individual and believing that you're going to make it. You know, a lot of times people are always going to actually tell you that you're not going to make it. But it's what you do with that information that ultimately matters. you have to use that negativity as your strength, because ultimately, the more people that tell me I'm not going to make it, the more people that look me in the windows of my soul and say I'm not going to get anywhere, you know what I do? I thank them. I thank you, Miss Mozak, for being such a douchebag that look at me now. I wanted to prove everyone wrong that said I couldn't make it, and I'm making it, and I will get there. But with that said, listen to a word from our sponsors.
Sponsors.
Get high-quality XLR cables from EBXYA. EBXYA makes keeping track of your cables easier by delivering 6 different color coding options. Their cables are made with a durable metallic connector, which allows your cable to last longer. Their cables are also made with a flexible, durable PVC jacket cable, imported with remarkable tenacity, elasticity, waterproof, mold-proof, and anti-cracking. Keep your sound intact and search EBXYA on Amazon today.
Hey, Justin, you like to sing, right? Give us a little something.
Hey!
You need to take that over to Lofty Cat Studios. You can record that kind of music there. They got drum kits, acoustic pianos, Fender and Martin guitars. They can help you get your music on all streaming platforms and get you some CDs made.
And I hope you guys enjoyed that word from our sponsors. Welcome back.
So, guys, do you feel like it's impossible to go to a department store, say like Target, Myers, or Walmart, and not spend over $20?
You know what? Is it impossible?
It's impossible, isn't it?
It's impossible.
I went to Myers the other day. All I needed was, I think I was picking up maybe some medicine or something. And I was like, oh, you know what? I need some underwear. Which I went to the underwear section. I just felt like that was too much money. I did not want to spend $20 for 5 pairs of underwear.
Bro, I spent like $20 for 2 pair of underwear. There's this super comfy kind.
Oh,
though.
you fancy.
Yeah, dude. You know, you got a cradle.
Tell me more. What are you spending your $20 on?
Oh, man. Yeah, I get a pair of underwear. And literally it's a 2-pack, you know? And then
what are we talking here, though? Are we talking Hanes? Are we talking
do you know
Ithaca?
it's called darn, you know what? I'm going to look that up real quick.
You're not wearing them right now?
Fruit of the Loom?
No, I'm on the transition of like, you know, changing from old underwear to new underwear. Have you ever, I mean, you guys done that, right? Like
I actually need to.
No, I just keep everything in cycle and just add more until the other ones just wear out and I don't like wearing them. And it's like, whatever, I'll leave this alone.
Really? I think it's called Pair of Thieves.
Yeah, it's a Target, right?
Yes, the Target brand. Pair of Thieves underwear. It's so super comfortable. Let me tell you, like they're tight fitting. They look good.
Oh, you're a boxer briefs guy.
Yeah,
huh?
I'm a boxer brief.
Oh, I
guy.
love briefs. I can't do boxers.
Oh, you love briefs.
I can't. Okay, see, when you like the tidy whities, no way. But when
that's
you
what
do
briefs
other
are.
colors.
when you do the briefs, there's a little bit more room.
Oh wait, you actually wear briefs?
I do.
Oh, okay. Get
What do you
into
mean?
it.
Wait.
Sorry.
There's no difference between tidy whities and briefs.
No, briefs are a little bit longer.
No,
and they don't
No,
rise.
those are
briefs?
boxer briefs.
Those are boxer
That's
briefs.
what I wear, man.
Okay, well, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a boxer.
I've always
man.
called them briefs. All right.
No, dude, you scared me.
Oh no, I don't. Yeah, mine like they go down to thighs. Okay, so I had the wrong word. Boxer briefs for sure. Then
Yeah,
My heart
those
dropped.
are completely different. Wait, you remember when you had to buy a set of underwear and you were coming to my house? You bought the wrong pair.
Yeah. I think that was when we were all gonna go paintballing. Was it?
No,
that?
this was when you were staying at my house for a little bit.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. When you know.
oh,
well,
I heard
everyone
about that. You
was-
told me about that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because it said brief, and in the picture at the time, I seen where it said, and I was like, okay.
And it was like, you got more, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a deal.
I was like, dude, I got a ton. Like, I got it at like Walmart or something. And then I put it on. I was like, I I went up to Junior. I'm like, bro, these are tight. Like there was one really bright red one, and no joke. I mean, those. To be a little bit graphic here, everyone, it does not cradle well. Okay, it's very uncomfortable. I thought I was gonna go.
Frog
No,
eyes.
I thought I was gonna go swimming. You know, it was just way too tight, way too tight for the.
So you don't keep those in rotation?
No, dude, I
Not
don't
even
wanna...
on laundry days?
Listen, I like diamonds, but dang, that's too much pressure for me, right? For my family jewels.
You know, I've bought into the whole MeUndies thing. You ever seen those on Instagram?
They kind of look interesting, don't they?
Yeah, they're expensive. I bought into it. I've got multiple pairs of boxers. I got a pair of boxer briefs, and I bought a pair of briefs just because I wanted to try it. You
From
know,
MeUndies?
Yeah, from
Oh,
MeUndies.
okay.
Well, what they got me with was they had a Keith Haring collection, and Keith Haring's like one of my favorite artists. So I was like, okay, I'll try these. Ended up buying my girlfriend a set too, just because I don't know, I thought it was cool. But yeah, they are kind of just whatever. Maybe it's because I buy boxers. The boxer briefs were all right. Yeah, they were all right. The briefs were just like super tight. And I was like, we got some spillage going on.
I can't do regular boxers.
Yeah, I
Because
can't either.
the work I do, like when you're wearing boxers and you're going up and down a ladder, it feels like your stuff falls out of place.
Yeah.
And then it's like it feels weird when you're back at the bottom or you're doing some weird bending and stuff. I gotta have boxer briefs at least, just because one, they're not like you're wearing the whitey tighty ones. They're the boxer brief ones. But two, they seal on your leg a little bit and kind of keeps you in
Exactly.
place. I need to be kept in place.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's easier to get a wedgie with those.
Not
When
really.
I'm lounging, boxers.
You know what?
I can't have anything near my butt crack. It just bothers me. I can't have
I never get.
I can't have like a cover laying inside the crest or something. No, I need it completely clear.
Like, I never had the issue of crack rightage, as you're speaking, or any
or
sort of
referred to as a wedgie.
yeah, a wedgie.
I never get a
I
wedgie.
like
or
crack
anything.
rightage. Like, yeah, I've never had wedgie issues in front or back. It's just comfortable for me. You know, I think that's where I really like the box. But boxers, it's like throw me on a pair of like, you know, jogging shorts, and there you go. They're my boxers. That's what it feels like. You know, you feel like you're swimming.
Quick question for you guys:
Yeah.
swimming trunks, lined or unlined?
Oh, I have the line in there.
I like
with
unlined.
the mesh underwear.
I like unlined, but I wear like shorter ones that are like mid thigh. So I'm like, I kind of need the mesh there.
See,
Yeah.
I always get the unlined, but then I have some Under Armour boxer briefs
Yeah,
that I wear
yeah.
with them,
Okay,
and that
okay.
does so well.
I was scared for a second.
I used to wear unlined with just that's it. But the thing is, I'm at such a weird height where like my thighs are too small for like the size I am.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So there's air can blow up there if I'm sitting down and you just see everything.
Oh, no.
I remember going to Wisconsin Dells and I was riding some really fast go-karts and the air was just blowing up there and I was like, whoa, let me tuck this under my leg. here.
Right?
Let me make these tighter around my thighs.
Yeah, I'm for like I call it a fishnet. Like literally, I'm for the lined all the way because I don't want to wear actual like underwear there. I just feel because underwear is heavy.
I don't know if it was a one-time occurrence for me, but one time I was at Deep River Water Park and
Yeah.
I had the lined with like the netting in there, and I got really bad like chafing.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's what it is. That's why I don't like them. It's because of the chafing.
It was on the inside of the thighs.
Oh,
And it sucked. It was terrible. It was so bad. I'm sorry to be a little bit graphic,
Wow.
but I wear unlined with a pair of Under Armour boxer briefs for that reason.
You know,
I have to censor that.
you know, I was all for one for spending money on underwear. Like I would spend maybe too much on socks because I was into you know what I'm
Sometimes you have the style, right?
gonna claim it. I was wearing funky socks before they
Yeah.
really got popular. I was on that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I
And
remember that in high school.
And then the underwear, I could see spending more on underwear because
So
what's touching you the most in your clothing? What needs to feel the most
Your underwear,
comfortable?
right?
For
Like-
me, it's my underwear and my shirt.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've upgraded, and I used to not be a shopper. I think you guys know I used to hate shopping.
Yeah.
Oh, I
it was
still hate
it was so
shopping.
boring. And then I used to go with Junior. We'd walk around the mall and stuff. But then finally, with my ex, I started going to shopping and stuff, and all of a sudden I became a shopper. Like the other
Well,
day,
what it was, you got money.
yeah,
And now
but-
you're like, shit, I can have my own
That's true.
style. My
When-
mom's not buying this for me.
exactly.
I'm not wearing the same shirt from 4th grade. Didn't you have like a striped shirt?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I almost forgot about that.
You can't even wear polos anymore, remember?
Yeah. I used to wear, the same kind of like shirt all the time, and it was so annoying. And like, I had money for a while, but I mean, it wasn't necessarily for me. But when I was working retail, it just wasn't enough. It was like bills, and then that's it. And now that I'm making a little bit more money that I can, deal with, I started going to, and shopping. Like, for instance, you said what's the most recent purchases that I've made at a department store? I spent, I think, $134. I bought 2 pairs of jeans,
Okay.
and like 8 shirts, and no new underwear, actually. The underwear was, I at least try and get like once a week. So that's like
Once a
20
week.
Once a,
Wow.
I'm building, man. I'm building.
Yeah, you really are building.
I'm trying. Like
How
I
much
said,
do
it's
you
only
guys
2
spend
pair.
on your jeans? Like a pair
Honestly,
of jeans.
it bugs me if I pay over 20.
Oh,
But here's the
Thank
thing.
you.
Here's the thing is your style, especially with my size, because I have like chicken legs, so I need a tighter fit.
Yeah.
Tyler's got thunder
But
thighs.
if you if you're paying less than 20, you're really not getting that good of quality.
That's true.
I get my jeans from Walmart. What's the brand they carry?
I don't know, probably Wrangler or something.
Yeah, I haven't
That might be
really
it.
bought from Walmart.
I know they call them 4-way flex. Like when
Oh,
I
is
first
it the do lift or whatever?
I can probably
I
Google
don't know.
it
Eh,
for
it's
you
no
guys.
big deal.
Continue,
whatever.
I'll Google it.
I don't know
Alright.
what brand they are, but they have some that they look pretty good and they are super comfy. And when they first started carrying them, I'm like, what are these jeggings for guys? Because they were the stretchy material. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try these. I grabbed the pair. I went over to the fitting room. I slipped them on, and I was like, holy shit!
How
this
much
is
were
the-
they?
Like between $20 and $25 for a pair of jeans.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is literally perfect. You could. I can't do the splits, but if I were to do the splits, these jeans can stretch for it. You know, if you're,
Picture Tyler doing this.
you can be super active. You can be bending over. You can be all the weird movements you might do in your jeans. These jeans, they stretch, they stay where they're supposed to. The only complaint I have on them is you have to wear a belt with these jeans. Because they do stretch, the waistline is
Oh,
not
I know how that
tight.
goes, yeah.
So you have to have a
Well,
belt.
you wash it and then it shrinks back to normal size, but as you wear it, it expands because
Is
Well,
it
it-
Wrangler? So like the brands that they have. Sorry to interrupt, but it's like Wrangler. I see. There's one called like No Boundaries, and then there's Giorgio. Does that one sound familiar at all?
It might be Wrangler. Do any
probably
of them say
Wrangler.
4-way flex? That's what they have on them,
Oh.
4-way flex.
I'll continue my googling.
I am a big fan of Gap. I wear a lot of Gap. You can find a lot of clothes that don't have logos on it at all, and I'm the kind of person that doesn't really like to be a walking advertisement, I guess.
I do like the more. I don't like jeans until I found these last pair of jeans. Now I like jeans, but before I refused to wear pants.
I also started shopping over at I actually spent more that day because I bought 2 windbreakers, and I got them from what's that store? It's in the mall, Forever 21.
Okay.
They have such cool windbreakers, and I used to hate windbreakers, and I fell in love with them now. And they have such cool designs, so I went there and I spent like
Okay.
$34 for one and another $20 for another.
I don't know. I've just been really cheap with clothes lately. I used to spend all kind of money.
I
on
remember.
clothes.
I was
Yeah.
like, this dude was looking fly, but no, I'm just kidding.
Here we go.
See, I have to be simple. I agree with Junior with the no logos. I like that look. Like
Yeah.
I'll have a pair of basketball shorts like this, like minimal logo, but then I'll usually have a plain colored shirt. And if it's not the basketball shorts, it's the new jeans that I've been buying lately.
Wow.
But plain shirt, and I have I don't get any of the ripped or weathered jeans.
Nah, yeah,
I
that's
get
stupid.
Yeah.
I get just regular jeans. Sometimes they have like the lines that kind of like a little bit of style, but none of that ripped or textured.
I went to Old Navy. I like Old Navy. You guys probably would like
Well,
Old Navy. Like it's really good.
Yeah, well, Gap owns Old Navy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, there.
So
didn't
I
know
shop
that.
at the parent company.
I should probably go to Gap then. to be
Well,
honest.
you'll probably save more money at Old Navy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Gap pants, I love them. Pants, chinos, slacks, linen pants.
I like Target's chinos. Their chino game's pretty cool, but the only sad thing is the dyes that they use. They kind of wear out.
Are you guys hoodie guys? Like the zip up?
Yeah, I have a lot of
Depends.
hoodies.
I have a lot of pullover hoodies.
Yeah, I do too.
I can't do pullovers.
I like
have
both.
to be able to unzip it.
I see your point there because sometimes you're like, oh, I'm really hot. All
And
I
then
need
you
is
gotta
like a
take
little
the whole
something.
thing
Yeah,
off.
all you need
Again,
is a little
Target.
something, and it's just that unzip.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll just open up the neck a little bit to get some air flowing,
Yeah.
or sometimes I'll just unzip the whole thing.
But like
and I can
pullover
relax.
hoodies look so cool, like the designs. And
Yeah.
stuff. Like I have this all wool looking one, and it looks so awesome.
That sounds like a sweat factory.
No, it's very warm, especially it's for like
Exactly,
winter.
it's very
you know?
warm. That's too much for me.
But it's not thick. I'll have to show you.
You can't talk to me about that because I'm the one that wears the basketball shorts and a thin zip-up hoodie in the
I
middle
know.
of winter, so
You
I
were
can't
always
say
like
much
that.
for that. I'm always a hot box.
The jeans that I got from Old Navy were actually some like a fairly newish kind of brand. So I have like pretty thick thighs now. I have thick thighs. I have a butt. Okay.
Again, it came with the money.
Exactly. I'm thick thigh now. You know, I got thick thighs. I have
thick thighs, brown eyes. Get at me.
Exactly. That's true. I do have brown. They almost look black, but
I have some thick thighs,
But-
and I also got brown eyes.
but when it comes to my calves, I have a very sad calf game. You know, it's very slim calves or whatnot. But so these jeans, they're regular slim. They're called, and they have like the stretchy material for the thighs and the butt, but the legs are perfectly tapered, and I love it. But they only had like a few different styles. They're all light shade of blue jean, and I'm like, no. So I went with a dark pair of blue jean, and it went with black. But the black jean, unfortunately, you guys were talking about the ripped and weathered. They have like that sort of design
Yeah.
to it, and it upset me because I'm like, I'm not gonna
well, a little
pay
bit
for
of it's
49
okay.
pair with.
A little bit of it's okay.
It's not a
But
lot.
When people have like the holes and like you could stick your finger in the
No,
threads,
no.
I'm not paying for a pair of jeans that's already
It's
falling
like
apart.
light thread, and instead of it showing like the skin, it actually is just covered with the actual jean.
That might be okay.
Yeah, it's
That
kind
might
of
be
cool
okay.
looking too. So I wasn't much for it, but I mean I spent like $49 on it. So
Well, I might have bought a pair of distressed jeans this past weekend also because
So
Gap.
see, we opened them up.
Yeah,
he
Nah.
was trying to hide.
Gap had like a flash sale, so I was like, oh damn, I should get all these pants right now. I spent like $300. I won't lie. I bought a lot
shit.
of pair of pants.
But he also wears.
Yeah.
I don't dress. Whoa, why are you gotta put me on blast like that?
We'll cut-
I'm just
I'll cut
joking.
it,
I'm
don't worry.
joking.
Yeah, but at work I don't try to
Dress up as much?
yeah, because I go out on the field and I can't wear normal pants out on the field. I need to be in FR.
Oh, that
So
sucks.
so I just wear kind of whatever. I don't
Do you
wear,
have to wear like that insulated stuff?
not insulated. It needs to be FR. So like 100% cotton or
Oh, okay. I got
Yeah,
you.
because voltages and stuff like that.
well,
Or no?
like electricity.
Yeah.
If something were to happen, say sparks could catch your clothes on fire,
It's less flammable.
stuff like that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my job, I'm required to wear like dress pants or whatever, but I just throw on a pair of chinos and make it work with a button up and a tie. And it looks really nice. But I hate how, again, Target's, the dyes they use. I don't know if Gaps are like that. Have you kind of experienced that with their chinos? Or is that just chinos in general?
Chinos,
I don't know what chinos are.
I can't say
Think of, like,
they
a slack.
faded too bad. Yeah, think of like
They're
a
like
flat
a-
front pant.
Yeah.
That's like dressy but casual at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
It's almost like a mix between like a slab.
They're my go-to.
I'm not
jean.
stylish at all, so
It's really nice. I like wearing them because like the different colors that they come
Yeah.
in. But
So-
I hate how fast they wear. So I have to wear those for work. But other than that, I'm jeans all the way too. Like I bought a whole bunch of jeans from Target. At least I bought like 3 pair. 2 like one gray, 1 blue, and 1 black. But like they were just again by my calves. It wasn't as tapered, so it just makes me look shorter than what I am because it's so wrinkled almost. And it was just horrible, man.
see, I always have to get boot cut.
Boot cut? I can't.
If
Boot
it's
cut looks
squeezing
funny
on my
me.
legs, I don't like it. But you guys compared to me,
Yeah,
I
again,
can fill my jeans a little bit more. Where you guys, I know I make my. The audience probably thinks I'm like 300 pounds right now.
I mean,
Well,
close too.
Let's see. Last
what are you,
time I-
290?
Well,
Jeez.
If you go over to our Instagram, you'll see Tyler in
I
one
think
of our
the
pictures.
last time I weighed in was like 220-ish.
I'm half that. I'm literally half of that.
What do you weigh? I'm curious.
I'm like,
now.
I fluctuate from 110 to 115.
Oh my gosh!
Jesus.
Yeah, my metabolism is just like too fast.
Mine's through the roof, but I've always been big.
I used to be 155, 165, but I'm 180 now. I'm 180, and I mean, I'm not. I guess I don't look fat, but I'm a lot not.
Thick.
I want to say thick. I'm fairly thick, like a nice, but not too thick with the 2 C's, just
I will
thick
say-
with the K.
Lately, I have gotten more
Fluffy.
moob than I want, and I have a little bit of side fat and gut.
Oh, you got
know?
the muffin top going.
I wish I could get rid of not really a muffin top, but I'm a little bit thicker than I want to be. I'll be honest.
I'm gonna
I
get
would
you
like
one
to
of
lose
those.
some weight.
I'm gonna get you one of those. Those
why
like
I'll-
garter things for men.
That's why I want to get into biking.
Some Spanx.
yeah. No, that
Keep
would
it all
definitely
together,
help
you know?
to keep active.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I tried riding my bike for a bit, and I did it for a while, but it kind of gets boring by yourself. You get,
Yeah.
like,
So back to what Junior said
yeah.
with the we went totally
Yeah, what
off
was the
topic.
question?
We took it really far. It's the $20 minimum
It's
at a
impossible.
convenience store.
You have to be on a
Um,
mission, and like your mindset, like I'm going in and I'm only buying flossers,
Well,
and then I'm getting out.
to be
Right,
honest,
right,
Junior,
like
we
if-
are shoppers.
If you walk, I'm not much of a shopper, but my weak spot is like candy
Yeah.
or stuff like that.
Oh
Or
damn!
if,
I didn't think.
if my girlfriend's with me, say we go to Target, that dollar section that's right at the entrance. Oh my god, it kills you every time.
Oh yeah, they
She
got some
has
cool
to get
stuff.
some kind of decoration or something
Yeah,
from
yeah.
there. And then I don't know.
Well, if you're just walking around, man, you're gonna see all the deals they're trying to shove in your face. and
Oh, I
then
know.
You're gonna start thinking about like, oh, you know what? That is a pretty good deal. I don't really need this book, but
Like
it's a good deal.
okay.
I'm gonna buy this book. I don't even read.
every once in a while I go to the store and I get my girlfriend a goofy little card and then I put some little decoration thing in the bag and I just set it on the table.
Oh, that's sweet.
When I get home. Probably a few of those I'm like over there I bought the card and then like right now fall time, Halloween time, it's her absolute favorite. So I'm like over there I'm like damn, this stuff's cheap. Oh shit, she's gonna like that. Damn, okay.
Oh.
I got like $45 stuffed in a gift bag, and I'm like, oh, wow, why the fuck did I do that?
Yeah, but I mean, that honestly sounds like a nice guy. When I
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you're doing something nice.
When I had my
but
girlfriend,
it's
and-
that thing. You're looking at the deals, like he said. It's
Yeah.
like shit. You're like, this is.
he's like,
usually
it's for the deals, not the girl.
Well, I'm sitting there like, for one, she's gonna put this decoration up in my house, and this isn't uglier than shit. And then at the other side, I'm thinking like, this is usually $35, and it's only $15 right now. Like, I need to get it right now.
I can see that. I can see that. For me, yeah, man, I'm a shopper now. I'm a shopaholic. I go out and I
tell
have to buy
Sarah
something.
all the time, like, just because it's on sale doesn't mean you need it. But when I go on Amazon and it's on sale, I probably bought it. So I can't really argue with her.
I literally have like 7 packages coming in by the end of this week.
What happened to Junior in the beginning? Yeah, I don't have that much. I don't really spend that much anymore. Now I have 7 packages coming in
And
this week.
it's nothing cheap. I got an intercooler for my car coming.
Oh god!
I bought a snowboarding jacket, snowboarding equipment.
Oh my!
The jeans I
gosh.
mentioned earlier. Yeah.
Dude,
But hey, I'm set to go snowboarding now,
I mean,
so.
I'm
gonna be fun.
probably gonna buy another pair of goggles for airsoft because I went last time and it was so foggy. I tripped so bad.
Skin those knees.
Yeah, I skinned my knee, man. I was like, oh, this
So-
sucks.
Last week I bought a graphics card for Sarah's computer. It's usually like it's justifiable. It's usually like a $250.
Is she using it for gaming? What's going on here?
Yeah, what
Well, she-
what happened with that?
She games.
Oh, okay.
Not nearly as much as I do, but every once in a while she does game.
Well, it just seems random to just buy like a graphics card.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
He's just
I didn't
adding
know-
time.
I didn't need the graphics card. I was just on Amazon and I saw this graphics card that usually MSRP is like $250, and I'm like, shit, $120.
I really can't
Ding!
trust
And I bought
Amazon's
it.
prices
Why?
because they're always like sale, blah blah blah. That stuff's not really a sale.
Well, you gotta look
Well,
around.
it's like Kohl's, man. Have you ever
You really-
shopped at Kohl's? Like,
No, I don't like Kohl's.
they got
See-
nice button ups. Like when it comes to like flannels and
so.
stuff, they got really nice flannels.
But I'm also at a really weird height where like I can't wear a boy's extra large because they make it for bigger bodied people.
Yeah.
But I also can't wear small adults
Bro,
because
I feel so bad for you.
they're too long. So yeah, I'm at a weird, and I stick
Yeah,
to
you're
what I
at a
know.
jack-
Jacket
awkward
you
in
gave me
between.
was a small and it fit
Oh,
me
yeah.
perfectly, and I'm a medium, and I'm still a medium, but it's like what the freak? I'm like, it's not supposed to
I-
fit me.
No,
will
I gave you a
say-
jacket.
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
jacket.
I will say sometimes brand sizes don't make any sense. Have you ever went with your girlfriend to like Pink or Victoria's Secret?
Whoa, spicy.
No.
Talking about expensive underwear. You know,
guys
I
are-
was complaining about the $20 for a 5-pack, but
But
that's like 25s for a piece of string.
Right? Right?
yeah.
But anyway, you go in there and you're looking at this bra and it says like I don't know, 34C or something. And then you're like, how does a C fit in that? It looks like it's made for an A cup.
yeah.
And then you go to Walmart and then you're looking at the same 34C, but it looks like you could fit a double D in it.
Yeah, when I was working retail, their sizes are weird. I can agree with you on
Like
that.
shouldn't that be a standard?
a
That's
lot
the same
of
everywhere?
times, a lot of times when I was helping people out in my old job when I was working retail, it was like when it came to women and they're asking me questions and I'm over here in the women's department trying to help out, I'm like, I have no clue. They're like, well, I'm a 16, and then you're like, but a 16's so wide, and like they're so slender, and there's junior sizes,
Yeah, those
there's
are
women's
weird.
sizes,
Petite.
there's petite. There's large, and I'm like, I don't know what is what.
See,
so
that's
sorry
what I'm
to all the
saying,
women
like-
out there.
I go buy a pair of jeans.
You go buy a pair of jeans, and it's like you go off your waist size and your inseam.
Yeah,
And it's like, why are girls' pants like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
what
Like
the
I
hell?
am 36 inches around. It's just that simple. What the hell is a 2?
I don't know, curves. If she's an 8, like she's a perfect hourglass or something.
Man,
I
that's
don't
terrible.
understand it.
I have to feel bad for them because like that just imposes like some sort of image
Oh.
onto them.
And,
Yeah,
and then
I
they
agree.
never like 36, 34.
Or
That's my jeans.
okay,
A girl is like an 8, and then how do you what's the length?
It's just like one size fits all kind of thing when it comes to that.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's okay. We're all guys. We have all different size legs. What does girls only have one size leg? Like obviously that's not how it works.
yeah, it's weird. I mean, guys' jeans can get like that too. Like I was just saying, like 32. I'm a 32 because I'm like 5'9", 5'10", around there. But like
It's been a long
the
time
leg,
since I was a 32.
yeah.
I've never
like-
been a
He's
32,
like
32.
46, 47. Yeah, I'm in
I'm
between you
I'm a
guys.
36, 34.
Okay, sorry about that.
Get it right. I
I-
ain't that fat yet.
But But like it's weird because like my legs are kind of differently shaped. So I mean to an extent I guess guys' clothes can get like that, but like women. Okay, so another
Nowhere near
complicated
as
thing
complicated.
about like women's stuff is their makeup. Have you ever gone with your girlfriend and looked at all the different like makeup styles and shades that they have?
I have gone with, but I don't try.
Oh, I'd look, and it was like they all have different names. My ex had she had a makeup color that was called Cream Whip.
Cream whip.
Cream Whip. I was like, this is the weirdest thing ever. Like, I don't understand why it was. I don't know. And Cream Whip and something else is a different shade. So I'm like, how many shades do you need?
You know what I don't understand? I'm thankful for this because my girlfriend doesn't wear makeup. Like, very rarely she puts makeup on. But at the same time, she watches this YouTuber, she makes her own makeup palettes or whatever. And she buys the palettes because they look cool. And they had some of those superhero makeups at like Walgreens, where you bought the superhero book and it had a makeup palette and all that stuff in it.
Yeah.
She bought all those to collect. And I'm like, why do you buy all these if you never wear them? And well, some of them look cool, and I've dipped a little bit into this one and tried a couple of things, but for the most part, they just look cool and I like them. But she does not put on makeup. So I love the fact that she doesn't wear makeup, but at the same time, like, why do you buy so much makeup?
Yeah. Does makeup get stale after a while?
I don't think so.
Does it get old?
I mean, if you can keep
Maybe-
it shut and sealed, I would
yeah.
think it'd be okay.
Maybe the liquid ones kind of like separate.
Like, does
but-
it like just drip on their face when they put on like eyeliner, just drooling down?
You know, one thing I was impressed with, I have a little bit oily skin
Yeah.
on my face.
And you wear makeup?
No. She bought makeup removing wipes, and they also take the oil off your skin. And I took one wipe around my nose, like under my cheek and up my nose, and I was like, holy shit, it's dry. That's
Oh, that's
awesome.
cool.
So I was like, that works really well. That's worth buying.
Yeah.
But for like the 20 palettes of makeup she has, or all the different eyeliners when she never puts on eyeliner, I'm like,
Yeah,
why?
I have to spend quite amount on facial stuff just because like I have to try to keep my acne at bay, but that stuff gets pricey.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure. You go, I don't know, if you go to like a hair salon or something like that, and they usually have a little bit of the face care and the shampoos and stuff, and all of a sudden you're looking at a bottle and it's like $25-$30 for a bottle. I'm like, what?
I never really dabble in face stuff. Like I did for a while, but then I started washing my face and changing a bit of my eating habit, and it just eventually I guess I grew out of it. I don't know.
Well, some people just have it worse than others. Like,
Yeah,
like
it
Junior
runs
said,
in my family. So
like he has to take care of it. I really don't got to worry
Yeah,
about
like
it that much.
I'll get it occasionally, but not as bad. Like I mean, as you guys see here, it's just not as bad. That's like from
Oh yeah, I
maybe
mean, you
not
still see
washing my
bumps and
face as
stuff
well,
on my
but-
face once in a while, but
yeah. It's,
my nose is where it's always the worst. I can always
I
clean
usually
my
I
nose.
can get a pimple on my nose, but sometimes I'm like stressed out, and then I'll get one, and I'm just like, oh, this is awkward. I look like Rudolph. Like this is
Do
horrible.
you guys ever get the little tiny hairs that grow on the tip of your nose?
What?
Yes. Yeah.
do?
what
Yeah. It's like a
on
small.
the tip?
Just, no, well,
Out
like
just
on
the
your
tip?
nose. No, no.
Well,
Just
like,
on your nose. Yeah.
That's where most of mine are, like up here.
Yeah. Very. I think
on-
that's like
I-
a hairy guy thing.
I think those are called blackheads.
No,
No?
no,
No,
genuine
it's
little
hair,
hair.
that comes out.
It's very small. It's not like a long hair, like nothing weird, but like yeah, like small little hair.
Nah, I don't get that.
Well, sometimes I actually get like an awkward thick one.
Oh no, I don't.
Like once every, I don't know, maybe week, I'll pluck a
Gross.
couple out, and I'm like, I wish I didn't have
Stop
this. But
body
that's,
shaming us.
that's about the worst to the extent that
I mean, to
get.
be honest, though, me and Tyler are the hairiest ones here, though.
Justin by far wins.
Oh yeah, I mean, I win. I got hair on my hands and my feet, and just
I mean,
I'm a Wookiee.
I have hair everywhere else, but I see that's one thing I don't like about myself. I can't grow a good beard.
Yeah, but the goatee
Justin,
works.
It works, but
It works because you've had it for like
it works
30
because
years.
you guys don't know. It works
So
because you
we're
guys
just
don't
used to
know any
it.
different, right?
He was born with it, so it works. You know.
But I mean, I've always wanted to grow a full beard, and I can't. I get patches that just don't grow well.
I'm still working on it.
And then Justin's over here like, oh, I gotta shave like 3 times a week, otherwise it'll
3
be
times
a
a
bush.
week, like 3 times a day.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember when this
he-
dude shaved one night and then came. I saw him the next morning. He was like stubby and
I think
Right.
that was that when I was staying at your place.
Probably,
I
I don't
think
know.
so.
like he has one of them electric buzzers that you just kind of rub around till it's all gone, and then he'll come around 2 days later and be like, he never did it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I have like the 5 o'clock shadow, and
But
it's
then-
literally been 2 hours.
But then you tell me all the time, like, no, you're probably lucky it doesn't grow like mine.
Yeah, and in high school, I used to shave all the time. I don't know if you guys remember. Actually,
Yeah, I
probably that's
remember
why you guys would see it all the time.
Yeah, he would come in with the 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
Like, did you shave?
Yeah.
Yeah, last night. What do you mean last night?
I was always shaving because I didn't want to look, I guess, older at the time. But yeah, that was the thing girls were into, you know, like the older look. But I was
missed
just like,
opportunity, man.
nah, high school chicks are pretty stupid. But like, you know, and at the time I wanted to look young. But when I shave, I look like a child for a bit, you know. I mean, I look like 16. I have the power. I actually have literally the secret to the fountain of youth because all I need to do is shave and I'm young again. And if I want to look older, I just grow my
Hey,
beard out.
man, It's called being Mexican.
Yeah, that.
It's called being Hispanic, I should say.
Yeah, 'cause
I was
sometimes
gonna
I
say-
forget
Yeah.
I forget you're half Puerto Rican. Half
Yeah, we're
Mexican,
mutts.
and
We're
we're
both
mutts.
Mexican and
I-
Puerto Rican.
Every time I come over to Justin's house, I always tell him I'm at my favorite Mexican's house. But it's not 100% Mexican, but that's what I say.
Yeah, yeah. You know, like
Like, I have a mom, and I have a Mexican mom.
yeah, like I mean that's I don't know. That's just us, I guess, right? I don't know. Like what I love though, because I kind of hate sometimes always having a beard so quickly because sometimes I want to rock the clean, you know, clean shaven look because
I think you should just shave the beard and leave the mustache, man.
oh yeah. So for
Yeah,
those
and
of
make
you
sure
who don't
get
know,
make sure you get some handlebars.
I mean, we'll
No,
probably
like that.
we'll probably upload a picture for you guys on Instagram. But I got a new facial hair look where I trimmed the rest of my beard and left my mustache fairly thick.
Can you do a handlebar mustache and a stripe?
I could, but then it just looks like a tire went over my face.
Just do it for a picture and then shave, and it'll be fine in 3 days because it'll be like it never happened.
I don't know, maybe. So I mean, we kind of have an idea, right, of what we want to do, and I mean, I want to touch about maybe when we start heading more towards visual stuff, we could probably have a challenge where I'll shave my facial hair a certain look.
Put some votes up, vote for a look.
Yeah, we
This could
could
get
We
interesting.
could do either votes for a look, and I'll shave and I'll rock it for maybe a week or a couple days. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, depending on how many views we get on said visual things that are to come in our future of the amateur hour.
Can we, like you
But
say,
wait-
you want to be clean
Wait,
shaven?
wait. We're gonna put this out here. We're not doing no Charlie Chaplin Hitler stash.
Yeah, no,
That's out the
because
question. We can't do that to Justin.
I can't show up to work like that.
But hold on. On the days that you want to be clean shaven, can we wax your face?
Oh
my.
Yeah, I like that
Just
idea.
straight up.
We gotta put some stuff on the line because you know what, Tyler? Maybe we want to see you clean shaven.
Oh no, that
Whoa.
would be
Your
Yes.
kid would not recognize you at all.
Yes,
that would be bad. That
No,
hasn't happened
no.
since high
That
school.
That is a great idea.
You know what? I mean, I kind of want to get into
Maybe we should all just wax our faces.
do something crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I kind of want to get into a possibility of the future for this amateur hour. If you guys don't mind talking about it, are you guys willing to talk about it? Are we willing to talk?
I wanted to wait till episode 5.
Well, I mean, you know
All right,
what?
let's hit this off. Hold
Yeah.
on, I got this. So when we were trying to talk to the audience about when someone tells you that you couldn't do something and what you want to do about it, let's ask each other here. What's something that you've always wanted to do for, I don't know, however long a time? Something that you've just always wanted to do in your life.
Well, I've really wanted to create a YouTube channel.
Man, I don't know. I go through so much stuff.
Well,
Right now,
You've
right
been
now,
a part of this as long as we have.
right now, I've been living out everything I wanted to do when I was younger. So I'm buying snowboards. I'm buying stuff for my car.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Junior's going for the fun life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up
He's-
buying a mountain bike soon.
He's taking up all the stuff he
I
missed
mean, I've
on.
always
Okay.
wanted the YouTube channel, or also what I'm studying for is film producing, and one day I'm going to create my own cartoon, and you guys are going to be able to watch
Well,
it.
all right. I've always wanted to have a more creative job versus being an electrical engineer now. But
I mean, you can
it's
be
fine.
pretty creative with being an electrical engineer.
Yeah, but
Depends
there's not a
on
lot
how
of
you-
jobs for that.
I mean, we got
Yeah, that's
plans
true.
that we could probably fit you in if you remember any of the future plans that I've talked about.
Maybe I might remember.
Well, I'm with Justin. I also wanted to have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And what's this been going on since like
I've been writing on this idea
13,
for
15?
since maybe the end of 2015.
Okay.
Because that's when I've been actually having my creative juices have been flowing since 2015.
I
I've
think-
been sitting on this.
I think I could have made it as a YouTuber.
I
if,
mean,
if back in high school, if I really pushed on all my creativity, you remember all those skits I wrote?
yeah.
And like,
I mean-
just even the way I wanted things recorded, people
Yeah.
would get a laugh out of it. Oh,
I
it
mean-
was
Well,
great.
don't
Good
even.
times.
We're gonna get a chance.
yeah, that's
we'll
what.
see.
You
So-
can bring
Hey,
back and
my,
touch on
my
those
creativity
moments.
has been ripped away from me because school was just like 100% of my time.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
you took on a hard one.
we want to to get into it. We want to do a YouTube channel, everyone. We're not just gonna. We will still have the podcast, but we're looking to also get into a more visual representation of the Amateur Hour, and that is going to deal with YouTube, and we'll have skits and a lot more other surprises for you guys in different forms of video. Maybe this challenges that we have for our facial hair and what we might do.
Tell me, Justin, is any part of you wanted to do the YouTube channel because someone told you couldn't?
Part of me is, yeah, I've had a lot of people tell me that I'm not going to make it, not creatively, but I'm just not going to make it in general.
We always wanted to do this,
Yeah.
but part of my personal incentive is because people have told me that I couldn't. And every time someone told me I couldn't do something, more of me did it just
Yeah.
to prove that person
It's-
wrong.
yeah.
So that is a part of this, to prove everyone wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you said, we've talked about this way back in the day when we be playing PS2 on the basement floor.
Yeah.
But then more recently in high school, and now I'm how old are you?
I'm
We're in our
20,
20s.
yeah, 22.
So we got a little bit of money flow. We got the podcast going. We're here as the same group of friends we've always been, and we're ready to kick it off.
Yeah. So actually, hopefully next Sunday we'll be working on a little bit of a surprise video for you guys.
Surprise.
So
It's gonna be a sneak peek, guys.
So yeah, like I hope you guys are ready, you know, because I can't wait to deliver that surprise video for you guys. Again, it's gonna be on YouTube, and it's gonna be a surprise video. Surprise! I'm so far away.
Just to prove everyone wrong.
What?
Oh, man.
You know, so we're gonna have that surprise video for you guys, and hopefully we'll have it up by the following week. But we'll hopefully be recording that for you guys this weekend. With that said, we're gonna actually wrap this up a little bit shorter this time. So
People got to work, man.
Yeah, we do have jobs, and we recorded this not on the Sundays we usually do, so we do apologize if it's just a few minutes shy of...
We had to make things work.
Yeah. So we got deadlines of our own and lives that we got to continue out, but that doesn't mean we're giving up. So again, thank you to our sponsors, okay?
Let's hear them. Let's hear them.
Lofty Cat Studios.
Woo!
You can follow them over on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. It is Lofty Cat Studios. Actually, their Instagram and Twitter and Facebook handles are GC Boy Music. Again, follow them over by GC Boy Music. Tell them we sent you. Tell them you just love them. Even if you just want to comment. We also, big thank you to our latest sponsor, which EBXYA. These guys are, let me tell you, a shout out to them. Not only did we win that actual $20 giveaway, but we won their hearts. And they, you know what, they love to sponsor us, and they're honestly wonderful people. So check them out. They're over on Amazon. If you have any sort of cable needs for XLR or any sort of other cables for guitars, any sort of music equipment, hit them up.
Hit them up.
Yeah, they're fairly cheap. They're beautiful colors that they come in. You could also follow them on Facebook over at EBXYA. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Don't forget to give us a like. We would really love some subscribers, and we want some comments from you guys.
Oh, yeah, guys, please follow us on our social media as well. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. That's at the Amateur Hour _. Again, one more time, that is at the Amateur Hour _. And again, leave us a follow, leave us a like, give us comments on what you liked, what you didn't like. Thank you for listening, and everyone have a wonderful day.